Hey everyone, and once again, welcome to WsCube Tech English and myself, Umar Taskir. Guys, in this particular video, we are basically going to talk about the reports and how can we actually prepare reports for our clients. Because whenever we talk about the reports, we can prepare reports for two different situations, and one report can be basically for our in-house team where we as team members interact with each other, and in that particular scenario these reports also help us to evaluate how we are moving and to basically devise a strategy so that we can perform better, right? Apart from this, we also need reports to send to clients so that they can see how their campaigns are performing. But in that particular report, when we basically talk about the clients or the client side report, we actually do not require many technical matrices or many different matrices which are actually used for the optimization. Like there are different matrices which we basically study or which we basically see just to optimize our campaigns or optimize our ad groups or optimize our ads, right? Those kind of matrices are actually not required because clients only wants end results. They only want to know about the conversions that happen. They only want to know what campaigns are performing. They only want to know something around like cost per conversion or how much they spent, what is ROI, ROS. So those kind of matrices should be there in reports which you basically send to your client. And apart from that, whenever you are interacting within your team or whenever you are presenting something in front of your team or whenever you are studying your reports for the purpose of optimization, those reports and the matrices which are there are different, right? So we have two purposes. In this particular video, what I am going to tell you is all about the client side, right? How can we actually prepare a report for the client so that client get convinced that okay, this is what we were asking and this is what this report tells us, right? If we talk about the very basic definition of report in a very layman's language, it is basically answers to some questions, right? So if any kind of questions are coming from your client side, then you can answer them in the form of the report, right? So I have a scenario over here, like we want to create a report which is like call related campaigns report. So if we are running call campaigns, then we are going to prepare a report which is like call related campaigns report. And then the question is, or what should be there in the report is, which campaign, which ad group and which ad got the maximum number of phone calls, and around this we want to create our report. So whenever you will come to this report section over here, right? Whenever you will come to this report section, you will see some interface like this. I'm not talking about the dashboard over here, which is this one. We are only going to talk about the reports. So over here you can see that we have some predefined reports over here, like landing page report, campaign details related report, labels related. We have paid and organic report also. Then we have basic campaign report also. So we have different reports, right? Different predefined reports over here in the form of the templates, which is actually not required at this particular moment of time. I'm going to teach you how can you actually create a custom report, which is going to be very useful for you, because in most of the cases you will require custom report only, because every time you are having a different client and that client would ask you, I mean, different questions will be there, right? So what you have to do is you have to expertise yourself over this custom, and then you have different types of representation, graphical representation over here, through which you are going to represent your data, your information of report, right? So if you are a new one, I will suggest you to start with the table and start practicing table thing over here. Then only you will be able to create wonderful reports, right? So let us click on the table first, and let us take this only scenario over here that we wanted to create a report which is called related campaign. So what I can do is I can write a report, and this is demo report, and this is basically for the phone call. That is what I have written over here. Now we will click on apply, and now what we have to study is basically we are having different matrices and dimensions over here, which are basically divided into different groups. As you can see, level of detail is over here, like what you want to keep in your row, like campaign you want to study on the basis of campaign. So you want to know the number of phone calls that you got according to campaign, which campaign gave you highest number of phone calls. If you want to study something like this, you can go along with the campaign. If you want to study something like that, okay, which ad group actually gave us the highest number of phone calls, or which, or if you want to know that what number of phone calls we got from respective ad groups, then you can go to ad group. So if you want to study anything with respect to ad, that is again what you can do. If you want to study anything with respect to such keywords, that is again you have the option over here. You can select this thing and move further. But over here what we are going to do is basically which campaign, ad group and ad got the maximum number of phone calls, right? So what we can do is which campaign, which ad group, okay, it is now over here, which campaign and which ad group and then which ad, right? So let us arrange this thing: campaign, then ad group, which campaign, which ad group, and which ad got us highest number of like phone calls, right? So we can select phone calls over here and we can bring them over here. So now we have a campaign over here, we have ad groups over here, we have ads over here, we have phone calls over here, and this is like all time. And apart from this, if we want to apply some filter over here, we can also do that thing, okay, that we want to study only on the basis of some device. Okay, so add device preference type is mobile, then we can apply over here. It will be applied, right, because we do not have anything like that, so it is not showing. So let's remove this thing, but we have again, but we have this option of putting filters over here. So you can see which campaign, which ad group, which ad got us how many phone calls is what we are going to see from this particular report, right? Now what we can do is basically we can download this report, we can save this report, or we can schedule this report. So downloading the report is very basic, right? As soon as you will click on download, now you have the options of different formats of file that you can use to download this file, and then you can send it to your client or anyone who you want, right? So this is what you can do from here. You can save this report. So let me save this report and let us keep this name over here, and we'll click on save, right? So now our report is saved, and where we are going to access this. So if you come back over here, and if you go back to these reports option over here, and if we go to reports, you can see within this report now we have this thing over here like your saved reports, and it was created on this date and last access on this date and range time. So if you want to control the range of this report, right, if you want to see only 30 days data within this report, then also you can do that thing like last 30 days, and you can simply click on save. Now this report contains data of last 30 days, right? So this is how this report actually works. You can select it and you can add it to dashboard, or you can remove it from here. So whenever you will open this report, it will contain the data of last 30 days with all the dimensions and matrices that you have selected over here in these rows and columns respectively, right? So we have these informations over here, and this information is from last 30 days. So it's kind of dynamic. So whenever you are looking to study this thing, you just simply come to this report and you will see the analysis over here, right? No need to again and again do the settings, no need to again and again download something, right? If you want to download, you can basically download from here. But whatever the settings you have mentioned over here, right? So whatever the settings with regards to your date range you have entered over here, it will be like automatically updated. So whenever you are coming over here and you are clicking over whatever the data you are seeing, it is basically the updated data from last 30 days, right? So this is how it is going to work. Now coming back to our report, now if we want to schedule this report, right, if you want to schedule and if you want to send it to your client regularly, so if you have some frequency of sending, then also you can do this thing. Like if you want to send this report to this particular fellow, right, you can select this thing, and then you have like option over here that when you actually want to schedule this, you want to schedule it only once, or you want to do the monthly reporting, or if you want to like do it on all days, all weekdays. So these are the different options that you have over here with regards to the schedule feature which they have given you, right? So this is how this reporting feature works. And what I will recommend you to never basically include very complicated matrices or data over here, that those data will basically confuse clients. So whenever you are preparing reports for the client, always prepare basic report, right? Like on what parameters what they actually want to see, on what parameters what the results they want to study, right? So this is the only information that you should put in your report, and it should keep updating, which is again a good feature of the reporting over here. It is not static. Like if you have selected this thing over here, it will remain like this one. I mean, if anyone is coming tomorrow, this data will be updated. If anyone is coming day after tomorrow on this particular report, this again data will be. This is how the reports feature also works. So as I told you, there are different predefined reports also, which I will not recommend you. If you are a beginner, I'll always suggest you to go with the custom, right? So then we have other options also. Suppose if we go to pie chart, and within pie chart, what we can study is that gender wise, how much conversions we got, right? So what we can do is basically we can select gender over here. Okay, we can select gender over here. Let's select gender, so male, female, and undetermined. And then over here we can select conversions. Okay, we can select conversions. So we'll be seeing gender wise conversions over here. Right now we do not have data in this dummy account, in this practice account, our practice account. That is why we are not seeing anything over here. Otherwise we would have been seeing like genders and then conversions, right? So that's it. That's how we basically prepare report. That's how we download. That's how we schedule our report, and that's how we answer different questions of our clients. So that's it for this specific video. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.